Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive 717 and Saucy Beaver. We are back with another video. We hope you guys are doing incredibly well tonight. Happy Saturday. I wanted to share a reading, guys. I'm hearing a message that says, don't fight it. So I really want to tap into that because it's like a bit of like a moaning sound to it. Like, just don't fight it, like don't fight it. So I don't know if that's a lot of your masculines coming through where it's like they want to come to you and they don't want you to fight it. So some of you may be like, when you think about your divine masculine or when you receive telepathy, a lot of you are like rolling your eyes and trying to block it out. I don't know, maybe there's been some separation. Maybe you guys haven't spoken in a while, but I do feel a lot of sensual energy. It's like they're trying to get your attention. But the feminine that I see is like it's like you feel their energy coming through, and it's like you want to give in, but you're like snapping yourself out of it type of thing. Okay, so I don't know who that's going to resonate for, but this person doesn't want you to fight the feeling. Okay, what's this person feeling for you? What is this divine masculine trying to say by pulling you in? What are they feeling in their heart space right now when it comes to the connection with you? Okay, so we have soulmate. I feel like they want to cuddle with you more than anything else. Like they want to really be close to you, maybe like smell your perfume. There's something about smells. Like I feel like you two are smelling each other, okay? It's not only you, divine feminine, that you may be picking up on your masculine scent, but it's like they're smelling you as well, and it's really weird for them. I don't know why that message is coming through, but just the way they appear here in the image. Yeah, it kind of just feels like they just want to be next to you. They want to be close to you. It's like in this intimate way. It may not be in like a very sexual way. I'm hearing like they just want to hold you, and maybe that's why they don't want you to fight the feeling, because it's not what you think. Like they maybe want to see you and connect with you in the physical, but for more intimate reasons. Maybe you're the only one they've ever experienced that with, in terms of feeling just warm and fuzzy inside when you're with someone, right? Express your love. Maybe they're able to express themselves a little bit more intimately than they would with other partners, like other partners, they may be kind of like very like quick, like, hit it and quit it type of thing. I know that sounds bad, but it's like, I feel like a lot of your masculines, they're just not able to like give when it comes to that intimate side of them. But when they're with the feminine, it comes really naturally. And I feel like many of your masculines maybe miss it. They miss that. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. I'm seeing that a lot of you masculines, they want to reach out, and it's going to come in the form of a romantic gesture. And that could be why a lot of you are rolling your eyes right now, because maybe like I'm getting the vibe it's going to take a lot for them to come into your space or get you to either like respond to them or reach out to them. That might be like why the telepathy is so strong, because they're really trying to call you in. But I don't know, this time around, I feel like they're going to have to do some expressing of their love. How do they see you, divine feminine? What are you going through? How do they see you in their eyes? Okay, so we have freedom again. That's coming out. Hi. Yes, freedom, like you little wildcat. You kind of scared me there. Guys, seriously, the way she jumped up, my heart like skipped a beat. All right, cheeky. Yeah, like we've been talking a lot about this energy, right, guys? Like, just kind of detaching a little bit. And that may be what's pulling them in. I feel like you're no longer tied to the obsession as well on the journey, especially with the ropes there. Like, I feel like many of you might have been just very tied to the connection, and you've detached a little bit. And now that you've detached, a lot of your masculines are getting these kind of like soulmate twin flame signs that this is your person. And that's natural on the twin flame journey. Like when you guys are learning lessons of detachment, detachment is what brings you closer together. And I know that sounds weird, but like detachment it happens because you're dropping like especially with the rope in this picture, you end up dropping a lot of the expectations on the journey, and like this need to know, and almost like just because it's your twin flame, like it's like you demand that like they give to you, or their time, their energy. And it's been really frustrating for many of you to be on like that wheel, right? Always chasing the connection, feeling like, wait a second, this is my twin flame. Like there's got to be more depth. They should be giving more to me. Maybe many of you couldn't figure out like why they weren't seeing the connection as deeply as you. But after a lot of self-reflection, I feel like many of you made the choice to detach, to disconnect, to cut ties, and see what that would do for you. And it made many of you stronger, healthier. And in turn, this is why a lot of your masculines want to express love, because I feel like by you letting go of that toxic version of the connection, the way it was, always chasing them, being ghosted by them, by you choosing yourself, showing yourself love, it sort of put them on the path as well. And when your masculines are on that path to self-love, the universe naturally starts aligning them with things that are in their highest good. And if many of you have disconnected and detached, you did what was important for yourself. And now that many of your masculines are doing that exact same thing, that's why you guys are drawn back together, because it's like you two are doing the spiritual work. It's like you're attracting one another because you're both equally loving yourselves, becoming healthier versions of yourself. So naturally, you're guided back together. Okay, and that's why you two can repel at times, because if one of you is doing the spiritual work and the other is not, there will always be some type of karma or obstacle attached that will create delays, because the universe is never going to let either of you be deceitful to one another. It's always going to come up. It's always going to come out in the open. It's always going to be seen as a karmic lesson. But they see you as detaching, Divine Feminine, loving yourself, a lot of self-care. You're feeling really good about just being independent, embracing your time alone, but most importantly, just feeling free as a bird. Like, I think it feels really good to feel sexy again. Like, even with the dress that she's wearing, the bird necklace, like even with the bird, it's like just having the freedom to do whatever you want and go wherever you want to go. And with that as well, I see like possibility for you to have the freedom to just move around. And with that, with the bird necklace as well, I feel like, a lot of people see you as just very beautiful and tender. It's like, how do you feel when you see a bird, right? It's like, you can't help but go like, oh, like it represents like purity and innocence. And that's what I feel like many of you are returning back to since disconnecting from your masculine. Another message that I'm getting as well is like when you guys were in that chaser energy, when you were chasing after your masculine, or even when you were connecting with them, it was turning you into a person that you didn't recognize or you didn't want to be. And so by detaching, many of you have started to return back to self, be more grounded, be more strong, act with, dignity and grace. Remember to do that. Sometimes it's easy to get caught up with the masculine energy, right? Especially when they become like expressing your love and they come in very romantically. It can be very like hypnotizing. But I feel like many of you, you have the protection and you have the strength that's going to pull you out of that and keep you aligned on your path, because there's just something about like the feminine energy. I feel like, you like, as the feminine energy, you are creating the connection, and your masculine, as the doer, as the one that takes action, they follow in line with how you create, if that makes sense. Okay, so it's like you have the vision and the idea, and then they come in there and they fertilize it. So you have to make sure your vision is clear and be clear on what it is you expect. If you're not getting that, it's time to detach and walk away and see what it does for the connection. What is your masculine working on in the physical world? What are things that are coming up for them right now in terms of expressing their love if they haven't done it? What's stopping them, or what kind of realizations are they having now that they see you as like their twin flame soulmate? Oh, guys, I can't get away from this card. Okay, contracts, career, commitments. Yeah, a lot of your masculines are cleaning up shop. Stability is a big thing right now. Being committed to their career, earning money, having a sense of like a space or a home for themselves. Like, I see a lot of your masculines too, like going from place to place. Like, there's no stability. There's nothing that says this is my home, it belongs to me, I can leave my mark here, I can start a family here. I feel like a lot of your masculines are craving that. it's like career is coming up too, because I feel like they don't want just a job. They want a career. They want something that they can sink their hands into and grow it and turn it into something that, they can pass down, or they can leave their mark, or they can even teach to others. Okay, so a lot of serious things are happening on the journey for the masculines, I feel, because, this love is making them mature in a sense, and it's happening in like a beautiful way. It's like this knight, stepping into the path of being a king, preparing for the role of an emperor. And again, they may already see you doing that in your own life, Divine Feminine, being this, beautiful queen, moving into this Empress energy, taking care of yourself and others around you, standing up for the community. All of these things that, deep within them, they are wildly attracted to that in every way possible. We have guarded and we have vulnerability. Okay, I feel like this is coming from express your love, because, it's not always easy for them to do that, especially, and we have chemistry and passion coming up as well. I feel like it's not been easy for them to do this, and they have been closed off in past relationships. And again, they have not experienced intimacy with anybody, but they experience intimacy with you. Whether you guys have physically touched or not, there has been interactions between you both, where you just take them higher. They feel high when they're around you. And so you get them to be vulnerable. You help them to let their guard down. And I feel like a lot of your masculines too, they've surprised themselves as to how it is they feel in your presence. Sometimes it can be very scary, but the only reason it can be very scary and they may hold off from getting too close is because they don't want to lose it. They want it, and they want it all. They want it, and they don't want anything to go wrong. But the universe, is trying to help them let their guard down and say, things may go wrong, but you still have the ability to make it right, or cope, or just deal, But I feel like they don't know what it's like to be in a relationship with someone where you both have each other's back. You can trust each other with your eyes closed. I feel like a lot of your masculines do not know what that's like. They feel like they can have it with you, but are they able to let their guard down enough and be vulnerable enough to see what that's like? Okay, so a lot of your masculines now are working on expressing their love through the fear. Okay, I read a quote the other day to a meme on Facebook, and it says, sometimes fear doesn't always subside and you have to do it afraid. I feel like that's your masculines right now. Okay, but what's guiding them is the chemistry and the passion between you two. It's undeniable. Many of them can't feel it with anybody else. I feel like if a lot of you have experience coming together with your masculine and then either of you return back to karmic situations, I feel like you both are finding it hard to connect with anybody else since intimately connecting with your person. And again, it doesn't always have to be physically touching one another. It could be as much as like an intimate conversation, right? What are your fantasies? And then when you guys start getting into those types of conversations, it's really hard to think about anyone else. The chemistry and the passion, like it's very like electrifying. It's like you can't feel that spark with anybody else. Once you felt it with your twin, you can't feel it or create it with anybody else, no matter how hard you try to mimic it. And anybody else that keeps pushing to try to mimic that, it just, it's going to slowly fizzle out that relationship, because, once twins connect intimately, it's really hard to be with anyone else. And that's what your masculines are going through right now. Their challenge is to express their love, do it even if they're afraid. All right, guys, that's what I have for you for tonight's reading. I love you guys. Take care. And me and this saucy little beaver will catch you guys tomorrow, okay? All right, good night, guys. Bye.